Okay, to begin creating any kind of new project in Spark, all you need to do is click the plus sign that appears after you log in. Now keep in mind, I am on a PC right now, but everything I'm going to show here will apply to an iPad or even a smartphone, as each of the platforms are very similar in how they operate. So here you can just decide which of the three areas you want to create in. There's post, page, or video, and with little descriptions under each. So I'm going to go ahead and start with post, just to give you an idea of how the post end of Spark works. Fortunately, each of the three ends of Spark are very similar in how they operate, so if you learn how to use one, chances are you'll know how to use the other two. So post begins with a standard graphic. This one happens to be stars, and I can replace that photo, or I can keep it and change the colors or anything else that I wanted to do. And now keep in mind, up in the upper right hand corner, this is where you can go to actually change or add different things to your post. So a post is just a single graphic. It's not any kind of presentation. It's just like a flyer or a poster, something like that. So if I wanted to add text, I can just click the text option, hit add text, type in what I wanted to do, and hit save. It'll add the text to the screen right on top of the graphic, and then I can change the styles, I can change the colors, the size of it, anything that I want to do to make this completely customized. And then I can add additional things to it, change out the background picture, whatever I want to do. So that's a real quick look at how to create a post in Adobe Spark Post. Next up is page. So this is the page builder. Again, this will look very similar if you're on an iPad. Page is all about that vertical scrolling presentation. So what you're starting with here is the cover page. So you put your title. Let's go ahead and add a title here. Now, if you're using a shared account, particularly in grades K to 4, where you have shared iPads, you would definitely want to have your kids writing their name in the title, because when they go to look at all of the presentations and you have all of your students saving to the same account, it'd be really helpful to be able to see who created it without actually opening it up. So it's a good idea to get them in the habit of writing their name in the main title so it appears in the My Projects listing. So there's a plus sign. Spark loves the plus signs. Anytime you want to add new content, all you need to do is look for the plus sign, click it, and it tells you what you can add. So in this case, we're adding a photo to the cover page. I want to quickly show you the photos feature within Spark. It's very robust, and if you can search for anything, it shows up there, and then you click what you want. So let's go with owl. It'll find pictures of an owl here. If I click one, it will automatically add it to my background, and that cover page is now done. If I scroll down, I can click the plus sign that appears down here, and then I get some more options for different kinds of things that I can add to my page. I can add additional photos. I can type text. It could be as simple as one word, a sentence, or even a full paragraph. Button, you can add links to different kinds of things like websites. Videos might not be as useful if YouTube is blocked, but eventually, who knows in the future, if it's more accessible, we can get some more out of that. You can create photo grids using the same search engine that I just showed. And a glide show, which is a really neat kind of transitional effect where you add multiple pictures that kind of just blend into one another, and you can even add text on top of that. So it's really kind of neat. And after you add something, let me just add some text here. Notice here another plus sign appears down beneath it, so I can continue my presentation and make it as long as I want to. All right. Next, I'm going to go over to the last end of Spark, which is Spark Video. Again, you can see the plus signs for adding new content. This is a slide-by-slide presenter, and all you need to do is add content to a slide. You can add photo, text, or icons, which are more like emojis, and then each slide gets a record button. So all you need to do is click or tap and hold. You might need to give it permission to use the microphone on your device. After you do that, clicking and holding will record the voice. So as long as you're holding it down, it is recording the voice, and as soon as you let go, it finishes and attaches whatever it records to that individual slide. There are different kinds of themes that are a one-click kind of change to the entire presentation, and you can kind of just click around and see how it affects your presentation to see if it's something that you like. Next is music. There's background music that you can apply to the entire presentation. There's quite a few tracks to choose from. You can adjust the background music volume, or you could even add your own custom music. Layout. When you're adding new things to each page, so if we say let's add a new slide, If you want it to be just a full screen photo, choose full screen photo and then pick a picture that you like, and then you can have it be the entire background of that slide. If you're wanting to add text, you would want to do thing plus caption, or perhaps two things, and then you can see the plus signs. You have the option to add text in either of these, or you can have two pictures. It's up to you. One other thing that's useful to note here is the timer. If you click where it says 2 seconds, you can adjust how long that slide will play, because remember, this automatically gets created into a movie that you just hit the play button and it shows everything that you've added to it. Okay, so that's a quick look at the 3 different kinds of Spark projects that you can create: post, page, and video. Each of them have kind of their own uses. They're all very useful, and depending on what kind of work you want your students to do, or what kind of work you want to create for your students, you can decide which one would work best.